that one one person talking about making it make this way, make that when they need study alone, when they need make for yourself is different, and many people it's not uh, you use not use
Used.
uh, used
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, no to be used, estão acostumados to
Yes,
is not
not everybody is used, or you could say is accustomed, but used is okay
uh,
too. Is used to this
okay.
system. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you because traditionally, when you go to have like English classes in a school, for example, in an English school, they first you will start in the first levels, and then beginner, intermediate, eventually advanced, and then eventually only then you will do conversation classes. And and here we do the opposite. We start with a conversation because this is really our aim, this is really our goal, to be able to be fluent, to be able to express ourselves freely. And but anyway, this is new, and I understand people find it a bit challenging.
Yes. To me it's working.
Excellent. I can see that. I can see how you're taking the opportunity in all ways. You know, I feel, like I said, I feel very happy that you are making the most of this program, because that's why I felt as well. That's one of the reasons I couldn't work in normal schools, because I felt it was too much like putting things in a box. And when you fit everything in a kind of a box, you are like, you you can't really express yourself. You know, you have to just follow the track and follow the step one, step two, step three. And I'm a little rebel in that sense, so I like to break the rules a bit.
What means rebel?
Rebel. Ah, do you know that song from Bob Marley?
I remember, like when Bob Marley talking
Yeah,
about rebel.
yeah. He says, "I'm a rebel, so rebel."
Yes.
Yeah, the rebel of the soul. Uh,
Sometimes the music it's helping me when in some expression or ideas.
yeah, learning with songs is a great way as well to incorporate the native language as it is, because oftentimes the singers they will because a song is like poetry, isn't it? It's a sang poetry, and poetry sometimes is not so logical. They use metaphors, they use like images, so it's not so logical as like
Yes,
as
I
as
agree.
as when you're reading an article, is more like rational, logical and stuff, but songs are a bit out of the box. So it's a good way also to get the different ways of the language. So what kind of music do you enjoy listening?
Oh, rock, reggae, and um, some romantic music. I'm so eclectic. I think all general musical general there are good music.
Okay, John is a funny word. This one, I didn't quite.
Kind.
Genre is a
John,
French genre. Is a difficult
yeah,
word. Is I'm gonna
genre.
genre it spells like GENRE. I find it difficult to pronounce myself. Let's see how.
Oh, John,
Genre,
John.
yes, music genres, yes. Like style, music styles, you could say as well.
Okay. I think every genre music have good music and bad music too.
It's the opposite. It's music genre.
No, music genre.
Genre. This is how Google Assistant says.
Okay,
Genre.
genre,
Genre.
genre.
Yeah. It's funny.
Music genre.
Music genre or music style. You'd say. Do you play any musical instrument yourself?
Oh, I play some atabaque and cajon.
Oh, you're a percussionist yourself. Excellent.
But yeah, I play flaut, uh, flauta doce,
The
sweet flute.
no, it's called the recorder. Recorder.
uh, Recorder flauta doce.
Yeah, recorder. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
different.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, and harmonic.
The harmonic, you mean like the Indian harmonic?
Gaita.
Oh, yes,
Blues.
the mouth
Gaita for
harmonic.
harmonic.
Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. Like the blues one, yeah? The small one.
Yes, yes. But it's just to me, it's mm, one way of my meditation.
Right. Sorry, I just got sidetracked a bit. I'm just checking it because last time, no, okay, just a second. Recorder, that's right. Uh, yeah, okay. Because a recorder, sorry, I was just double checking if I said it right. A recorder is a machine that you would record something, as it's kind of obviously stated. But a
Yes.
recorder is also a name of a so-called sweet flute.
Oh,
So where did you learn the
so
recorder?
different. Uh, I'm learning when I was child. Uh,
Okay.
but the other instrument is just with my ear.
With just by yourself,
Yes,
by
mm,
myself.
by myself.
Okay. So when I asked you when or where did you learn, this is something that I would like you to pay attention. Did, it refers to the past, right? Is this auxiliary verb that we use to make the sentence turn into a past sentence. So where did you learn the recorder?
Where?
Or when, doesn't matter, but the point is your answer, you would say I learned, the verb learn in the
Okay.
past, and is an irregular verb, so it's not learned with ed, but it's learned with t, learnt. So I learned
Learn.
when I was a child.
I learned when I was a child.
Perfect. You learn at school?
Some little time, so a short time.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Uh,
What?
by a little time, a short time,
For a short
for
time when you were
for
at
a short
school.
time.
Okay. So what kind of school was it? Was it a Waldorf school, like any?
Conservatorio of music.
Music conservatory.
Yes.
Excellent.
Conservatory.
Nice. Andre, I was really amazed because today you sent that story, the elderly lady story from Florida.
Oh, there are many different words in that story.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I wanted to send it to you guys, because I felt it was very rich in vocabulary. But I was
Yes.
amazed. I was listening to to the story with my partner. She's English herself, no? And we were listening to you, and I was saying to her, I don't know how he does it, because if he cannot read, I was like perplexed.
Oh.
So I want to ask you, how do you do it, man? Do you listen and did you memorize it and then you?
No, no, no. I prepare the text in my computer to read. I divide in short sentences,
Okay.
3 or 4 words, or when have a comma or period.
When there is a
Uh,
comma.
yes, when there is a comma, I put 3 or 4 words each line, and when I'm reading, I just uh, go down the set to read it line by line, but a short line is possible. Uh, Remember and repeat.
Okay, so you do memorize. So you have the computer saying that sentence, so you memorize it, and then you record it.
No, no. I put my headphone in computer,
Okay.
and I go reading line by line, but short lines. I prepare the text in short lines.
I see. So while you are recording it, you are listening at the same time? Like you listen and record?
Yes, I will show up for you. One
Okay.
second. Uh, Here is the text in my computer, but I will change the voice to English. One sec. The the voice in a computer, I put I did I put in the past.
Okay. You put in the past. What do you
Uh,
mean?
how can I say put in the past?
How can you say put in the past? I don't know. Put in the
É,
past what?
colocar no passado.
Ah,
Oops.
put. it's
Yes.
it's just the same.
Yeah, it's the same. I put the voice in my headphone, and I read line by line. I show up. Lady did her shopping and found form and upon returning to her car, found 4 males in the act of leaving with her vehicle. I line by line, I
See.
hear in my headphone and I repeat. She dropped her shopping bags.
Excellent. This is so amazing. Wow.
Yes, it's a hard task
Wow,
because
it is.
I need to prepare my text is no just who can uh, see the text and read. I need prepare to read in a group.
Okay, so do you actually use the text, the written text that I send to you, or you have to do something else to put into the software, and put in your computer?
Oh, you send me in WhatsApp. I send the WhatsApp for my email. In the email, I put in note
Mm-hmm.
uh, to take TXT,
Okay.
and I change the text in short line.
Chart line, is that the name of the software?
No, no, in few words
Small
in one
sentences.
line,
Small.
a small
Okay.
sentence.
I see what you
Yes,
mean. Wow. So it does.
because
Uh,
if I read a big line, I hear a big line and I don't remember to repeat.
of course. You would say a sentence, a long sentence.
A long sentence.
Right.
No.
And this is such a great exercise for your mind because part of the thing that I do sometimes with the students when we do one-to-one classes is like I say a sentence or I read a sentence from an article or whatever we are studying, and I have them memorize the sentence without the script, so without reading, and then I ask them to read back to me, or not to read back, sorry, to speak back to me. And oftentimes people find this exercise very, very hard because there are many words and stuff, so they get really like messed up with the when I say like even short sentences, no? But you are already doing this, so like it's a great exercise for your memory as well, no?
I think it's so good because I seek many words in dictionary. Uh, I understood all the text when I read all the text, uh, part by part. Uh, it's hard, but the result is good.
Very nice.
so, so good.
Very nice, man. This is wonderful. Really, really good. So, did you?
I
Yes.
use it different ways to study. I use a app. Uh, Anybody like this app because they repeat again over again many
Hmm.
words. But I think to study it's hard work. To speak is not a miracle.
Yes, yes. Thank you for saying that. I was just talking to my mom about this because I say, oftentimes people think that, oh, your method is too hard, it's too difficult. And they think by going to an English class that they're gonna just put the English in their minds and just kind of like, okay, you just pay the money and you will come out speaking. But you still have to put your hard work in it. You still have to go through you have to do your part, otherwise it's not possible. So yeah, you're right, completely. So
Yes.
what did you do with the words that you couldn't get, you didn't know the meaning? What did you do?
Oh, I use a, two apps and Siri too.
Hmm.
Um, the in my computer I use Lingai.
Okay,
It's
lingi, yeah, it's great, I like that
good.
one.
Oh, it's a good dictionary to me because it's easy and have many examples.
Hmm.
In my mobile, I use Google Translator,
Hmm.
and my phone is in English. I use Siri. What does tarará mean in Portuguese?
But do you actually ask
She
in
talked to me.
Portuguese? Do you ask, oh, hey Siri, what does whatever mean in Portuguese? Do you ask like this?
No, no. Yes. What does house mean in Portuguese?
But then Siri says in Portuguese, she would say casa. That's how she would do.
Yes, yes.
So I'll
She,
give you a tip,
she,
because I didn't know much about Siri, because we don't have iPhones. I've got an Android. But my son just got back today from England. He was spending his vacation with his grandparents there, and he was given an iPhone, and he was showing to me how Siri works, this AI software, no, this artificial intelligence software. And
yes.
if it's already in English, if you ask, what is the meaning of house? What can you what is a house? Sh- She or he or
Oh,
whatever.
she described in English.
And I
Yes, she
think that would
described
be
it
much
totally in
more.
English.
I think that would be more advantageous for you to have everything in English, because very quickly your mind. I can see you already thinking in English. I can see, even though your vocabulary is not so vast, you are doing amazingly, and you are already reasoning in English. So I really don't think you need to have it in Portuguese.
Oh, I use the today um, English to English in some uh, text, in some exercise, in app memories. Sometimes when I want to say just now, or I want to know uh, one word, is a specific word in a moment, I use in Portuguese. But I agree with you. English to English, it's better than uh, to learning.
Yeah, especially I would say at your level, you know, you really don't need it. So did you find could you understand the whole story, or was there any parts that you were not so sure what was happening?
Just now I understand
I
all
understood.
the. I understood all the story, but when I started, uh, there was there were some words different to me.
Right. But
Oh, the first word I elderly
okay,
is
elderly lady.
so different.
Yes. Yeah, it comes from elder, but this elderly, just like an old lady. You could have found it said,
I associate with old
there you go.
old.
Exactly. Even sometimes, even though we don't understand the specific word, you can understand it with the context. So this is great. This is, and again,
Yes, I watch videos in English with 1 hour. It's impossible understand all the video, but I can see in the context and improve my English and my knowledge.
and
I like it.
how do you find, like, afterwards, after watching a video, like a 1 hour long video, do you feel like your mind is really tired? Like, do you feel like, oh my God, I need to speak Portuguese now? Or you're
Oh, when I started, yes, but today it's no. Today it's more easy
okay? So
today. Nowadays,
nowadays is easier.
nowadays is easier.
That's right. Yeah. Because today, it actually means
Uh,
today, the day of today.
oh,
But
just
nowadays,
today.
it means these days, like now in this phase of my
Oh,
life.
nowadays.
Nowadays.
No, nowadays is easier.
Very nice. Yes,
I'm not just tired.
you're not so tired anymore.
I'm so tired anymore.
Yeah, I remember when I first got to England and I was living there, at some point I felt like I would get even like nervous because like I was getting a bit like anxious because it's a physical thing because when we speak a different language, the air, even the mechanics in our body are different. Like the movement of the air throughout our larynx and throughout our whole system is different from like speaking Portuguese all your life. So you are in a way forcing your, oh, look, your cat,
Oh,
sweet.
yes.
What's her name or his name?
Yanni. Yanni.
Yanni, like the Greek musician.
Yes, she like.
Very nice.
A Greek musician? I don't know. Greek
Oh,
musician.
Yanis, in fact, his name is Yanis, Yanni. He's a keyboard player. He plays new age music with big orchestra. He's amazing. His compositions are quite beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will see.
I'll send you the his name in our WhatsApp chat.
Oh, thank you.
Then you can look up. He's got beautiful concerts. He goes everywhere in the world. I think it's Yanis with the Y. So, and could you understand the moral of the story?
Yes. When I make a senior things in my life, uh, I I need to a big a big uh, occasion.
Right. It said like when you have a senior moment in your life, make it memorable.
Memorable, it is the word.
Right.
Yes, memorable.
So have you had such moments in your life? Have you had like senior moments like that lady? Not like that lady, but similar.
Oh, I think so. Oh, I had so many moments in my life.
So many senior moments.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, in a street, I was with my friend,
Uh-huh.
and he's a junker.
He's a what? Sorry?
He junker.
A junker? Mm, a
Brincalhão.
joker.
Joker.
Joker, right. Okay.
Yeah, he is a joker, and I'm front of a store. He uh, oh ask for him about the address where we are going. I'm I turn left and they ask, "Oh, where is the avenue?" But uh, where was a mannequin.
Ah. He
I
made
don't I don't know how can I say mannequin.
okay, it was how do you say that? I think it's like well, it's not a puppet, but let me just search that quickly. I don't know, in fact. So he actually asked you, he was making a joke with you. So he asked you
Yes.
to ask the puppet. I'm gonna search for the name now. To ask where the road was.
Thanks God he not answer me.
Mannequin. That's how you would say mannequin. Same
Oh, mannequin.
mannequin. Oh man, okay, all right. So he's an old friend of yours, isn't he?
It's a senior story. Memorable, memorable.
Memorable story. But can't he see either? Like, is he blind too or no?
No,
He
no.
was just taking a piss.
Yes. He's a son of a bitch.
Oh dear, man. Oh my God. Yeah, these things. Anyways. Yeah.
But it's funny.
You know, these stories, a friend of mine, he went to a boarding school, a male boarding school. Do you know what that is?
Boarding school.
Yeah. So there are some types of school that you arrive, like you actually live in the school. You go there, like
Oh,
you go back home only during the holidays. You stay there pretty much
okay.
the whole time, and you live there basically, no? And some
The
school, it's
name is boarding school.
boarding school. That's right. Boarding, boarding school. That you board, like boarding in the plane, so that you come in, so you go in and you stay there. And I think when you have the midterm, like in July or whatever, you go back home and you stay with your parents, and then you go back to school. And it's very common in England to have such schools. And many boarding schools, because they are boarding schools, like you stay there, you sleep there, you have your life there in the school, they are separate. So there are male boarding schools and female boarding schools, right? So they're
Right.
separate. There are no girls. So he was there. He went to this boarding school, I think, because anyway, he was brought up both in English and Portuguese. I don't know if his parents used to work.
Oh, in old blind schools in Brazil was the same, but today is not. Today there uh, there are no more boarding school.
Ah, yes, in the old times in Brazil. You're right. It's true.
Yes.
Um, anyway, so he went to this school, and after that, so now of course everybody grew up, everybody's an adult, and they have a WhatsApp group. And this boarding school was also an international school. I think it was in Brazil, but because it was an international school, they studied everything in English. I think it was in Rio. He's from Rio, no? So
Oh,
oftentimes he sends me these stories, because I mentioned to him that we've got this interactive learning program. And I said, hey, Paulo, whenever you have funny stories, just send it to me, because I like to share this with my students. So he keeps on sending these stories, and some of them are just hilarious. It's like,
oh, it's so good material.
and there are some jokes. There are really intelligent, really smart jokes that you have to really think hard to understand. I don't know if you
Yeah.
did you read the second story, or you didn't have time to do that.
Yeah, I read en passant.
Okay, I read.
I read en passant.
I love that chess term, en passant.
Hmm. It's common in chess.
Yeah,
There is a movement in chess called the en passant.
yeah. My son keeps doing it, and said, "This is en passant." I said, "No, this is not how you do en passant." And yeah, and yeah, that story is a bit. Even myself, I found a bit like, this is a bit. I even said to him, "This is a bit vague," because it was not so clear what happened. And but I mentioned to him, it's good because it gives a lot of room for interpretation, for free interpretation, what might have happened. So when you have a chance to read it a little bit more thoroughly, you'll tell me your impression.
Okay. Uh, I remember that is about basket player. I don't remember the name of the basketball player.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I will carry on sending his stories because they're quite funny.
Okay, yeah, I will read with attention.
Nice. Nice one. And the one that you sent about electricity, I was watching it today. I even sent to my friend, to Paulo, the one that we could, like human powered energy. And it is so great to imagine a world that you would be like dancing and creating your own energy, because it's not only about creating electricity, it's about having fun and enjoying yourself. Of course, not only dancing, but like even people walking on the streets. But I think if you consider what the video was saying, it's like it would be like a completely new shift, like a new paradigm of society. Because once you know that the more you walk, the more you will help society to create its own electricity. It's like it's amazing to imagine that. And they say if you can imagine, it can become a reality. So I feel these videos are so great to really help us to imagine a different world, different from what we're living now, which is still based on greed and like profit and who wins and the competition, this kind of
Hmm.
hustle, as we say, all this kind of conflict,
Oh,
all that.
I am reading Ivo Harari. He
I
he
heard that name.
wrote, yes, he wrote *Sapiens*, Uma
Ah,
breve história da humanidade,
okay.
and the other books, but I finished *Sapiens*, and I will start the second book today. Probably I will start.
Wow.
It's so cool because he talking about the human being uh, when 50,000 years ago,
Right.
and uh, uh, step by step he build the about humanity, human, uh, the mind evolution after the agriculture evolution,
Right.
industrial evolution,
Right.
and he proposed many questions in the end. What we really uh, are doing in this planet, in
Right.
this world, what we doing with animals, with environmental.
Mm.
It's very interesting, and there are many um, speakers
Hmm.
in YouTube with him. I like so much because he is Indian. I like a lot the Indian accent. It's
Do
I
you find?
prefer.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's
Amazing.
my I prefer English Indian accent.
It's my favorite accent. I think that's what you want to
It's
say.
my favorite accent. Yes.
So, what is the name of this? Okay, Yuval Noah Harari.
Harari.
Ah,
Yes,
oh, and Andrea, I have to ask you.
I recommend.
Yes, I will. I'm already looking
I
at it.
don't know if you I don't know if you read in your mobile or your computer.
Well,
I have
mm, how do you
I
have it?
have the books that I said, and I can send you if
Is
you.
it you have in PDF?
Yes,
Wow. I would, but in English or in Portuguese?
in Portuguese.
Ah, okay. I would like to read it in English because I really enjoy the original language. But thank you. I'm sure I can
It's my
find.
next. It's my next step.
Yeah. It's great. It's great, in fact, because if you are already reading in Portuguese, once you will read in English, that will be much easier for you to assimilate it. But that's what I wanted to
Yes.
ask you. How do you read it then? Do you have it like you have a voice, like a text to voice thing? So you is like an audio book?
Well, no, like I show you for you about this text with computer voice.
Okay, so you have the written text, and then the computer
Yes.
is like an audio book in a way, no?
Uh,
It becomes an audio book.
no, it's different because the audiobook is a human voice,
Ah, okay,
uh,
I see what you mean.
and there is interpretation in audiobook.
Right.
In text with my computer or mobile, there is no interpretation, just a text.
I see. And what is the name of this app? I'm curious because I might use it. In fact, but it's very useful.
Uh, uh, I use many apps. I use in iPhone voice dream reader.
Hmm.
This app can uh, read all the formats, text, words, PDF, EPUB, and other formats. In my computer, I use NVDA.
Hmm.
NVDA, it's a blind screen reader.
Right.
And in my iPhone, I use VoiceOver.
Voiceover. Excellent. Have you heard about Audible?
Audible, no.
Okay, it's a paid service. You have to pay them monthly. You have one. It's like Netflix in a way. You have 1 month free, and then you have to pay after that. But in this month free, they give you 1 credit for 1 book. So it's an ebook platform. I think it belongs to Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. I think it does. It belongs to Amazon. And but then is the actual audio book, as you said, it's a human voice, and oftentimes the audio book um, version is a little bit different from the actual written book because they have different chapters or like a different introductions made for the audiobook. To be honest,
Oh,
I find it very, yeah, it's you can download the app and then they give you like 1 month free, but you have to be careful because if it goes past this 1 month, they charge your credit card. That's what happened to me.
I can recommend to you the other app. The name is Loyal Book.
Loyal
Loyal
book.
Book. There are audiobooks and the text format. The same book in audiobook is free, but just to old book, classic books, because uh, I don't remember the name. Direitos autorais,
Copyright.
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 Uh, yes, just to domínio popular.
Okay, it's like
In English, it's totally in English.
it's called public
Uh,
public domain.
public domain.
Yeah,
There are just public domain books. The name is Loyal Book. The app have you can use in your computer or in the app in your mobile.
nice.
There are the audiobook and the same book the right format,
In the written format.
written format.
Yeah, that sometimes is like is the same thing in English. You either have the passive voice or the past participle, and it's the same
Oh, okay.
structure of the verb. So when the book is anyway, book is written
Right,
or
wrote reading. Yes.
yeah, amazing. Yeah, I just found one now. It's called Audiobooks Inglês Gratuitos. Well, it's funny because it's in English, but it says in Portuguese. But it's also free audiobooks in English. I find it very useful. To be honest, because we have 4 kids and they're constantly demanding so much attention. And sometimes I find it very hard just to have the time to sit down, relax, even to play and study my guitar. I find it hard sometimes. But I often
So good.
use audiobooks because then I go for a walk, for example, because I'm feeling stressed out. I just want to go for a walk. And then I just put my headphones and I start listening to the audiobooks. And I find it very, very inspiring because once you are practicing your listening, your comprehension, your interpretation, and also it's very practical. You don't have to stop and take the time to read. You just carry on doing something. I do that a lot when I'm washing the dishes, when I'm just getting on with my like daily routine. Then I find it very helpful.
Oh, my brother like so much audiobooks
uh,
because he drives a lot, and when he drives, he can listen audiobooks too.
yeah, that's
Mm.
driving is the best, man. You can do so much nowadays, especially having like podcasts and stuff like that, really listening to things that you care and you want to study about. So yes, I was expecting your brother to be here today. Maybe it was too much short notice for them, because
Oh,
I wasn't sure if I was going to be available, because as I said, my family just got back from the UK today. So I was like, Ish, I don't know if I should book for tonight. But then in the end, the kids were okay. And I thought, okay, let me see if who's available for that. But we can have another one next week, no problem.
no, I spoke with him, but he uh, was
Busy.
busy on the street. I don't know.
Does he work as an Uber?
No, he's a sailor, sailor rep, rep,
Uh,
sailor rep.
Sailor rep? I'm
Rep
not.
is American, representant.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
So he's a salesman.
yes, yes.
I see. So he has to travel and show stuff.
I
Excellent.
saw few weeks ago the sailors rep. I remember just now.
Excellent. Yeah, well, sometimes I don't know these American expressions, so I'm sorry. Excellent. Hey, Andre, it's been great chatting up with you. It's like I said to Maria, my partner, I think I said, oh, today is gonna be a private session because nobody has said anything. So I'm just gonna be talking to Andre, and I'm very glad that we have met here today. Um, I'm gonna be sending you some new stuff. I was going to actually, I still want to ask a few questions on that, based on the stories, for you guys to send me the answers,
Okay.
uh, as voice messages, and also, if possible, no, I wouldn't ask this from you because I know it gives you much more work to do that, but also to have it written, because sometimes when you have it written, it becomes more defined in our minds. Like when we speak, sometimes it's sometimes a bit more like loose, but when you write it down, then it becomes more structured. So if you also if you can do that, that would be even better. But I will send you, I will just stay like maybe a few days for people to take the time to study the stories, to anyway to go and do their interpretation with the vocabulary and all that. And I will send you a few questions next week, so you can think a little bit
Oh,
more.
it's good. It's so good. Thank you for sharing that materials. It's uh, very interesting to study about it, and I improve my English
You are improving a lot, I
a
must say.
lot.
I remember like 2 years ago, I think, when this thing started or something, and now you have done an amazing evolution.
I study oh, every day. Uh, I start my day in train in subway. I listen one short series, comedy series,
Hmm.
the
Comic,
seventh shows, comment,
comics,
yeah,
like a yeah,
comic series.
or
The
comedy,
name,
let's say.
the call the seventh shows.
The seven shows.
I
Okay.
Yes, I listen once with uh, Portuguese legends,
Subtitles.
uh, subtitles, Portuguese subtitles, and the one more one more the same chapter just in English every day, one chapter per day.
Excellent, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I wish people could follow your example.
I I think uh, I assumed that to me is hard, and not a problem. I work because I want to get fluency. I work every day,
Yes.
and I will uh, get fluency.
Fluent with a T.
Fluent,
Fluent.
fluent.
Fluent is the adjective. Fluency would be the noun, and fluent would be the adjective.
Okay,
And you will, man, in no
good.
time, in no time. And I should say that you are already fluent. You sound really like you can hold a conversation with no problem. And sometimes still a few things come up, then I try to correct you. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just let you carry on, because again, I don't think it's about having the perfect English word by word conjunction article. It's not about that. It's about really conveying your idea, expressing yourself. And of course, the more you listen to a good reference, the more you will be able to replicate a good reference, a good English. So that's what you're doing.
Yes,
It's perfect. You're listening to series, you're listening to the podcast, you're listening to the stories, and this is how you will absorb more and more the language. Hey Andre, we are recording this session. Would you be all right if I posted it into the channel?
obviously, don't worry. You can post it.
Because I feel this would be
Can.
very inspiring for people to say, hey, come on, guys, don't be lazy, get on with the work, do your part.
Oh, to me, it's today is grateful. It's a gift, private session. I'm very happy. improved so much, a lot, my English today. And I'm grateful for you. Thank you. And you can post, no problem.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, so I think it's time for us to say goodbye. It has been an hour that we're talking.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Andrea, for attending to this session. I will send you the link. Probably you're not going to be watching it again, but anyway, I will share the link with everyone. So if they want to come and watch, because I feel like, again, your example is very inspiring for all of us.
Oh no, thank you. I uh, I like your example teaching, uh, all people that uh, want to learn.
Nice one. Okie dokie. So have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend. Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Oh yes, uh, tomorrow is São Paulo anniversary.
Oh, São Paulo's birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, big celebrations, eh?
Anniversary. I read, people, I can say birthday,
You're
but
probably right. You're probably right. Anniversary. Yes, you are right.
oh,
You see,
okay.
you are already
Uh,
teaching me.
Tomorrow, I will, Ney Mato Grosso, show to celebrate São Paulo anniversary.
Ah, you are going to Ney Mato Grosso's concert.
Yes, Ney Mato Grosso concert. I like
Excellent.
so much this man.
Yeah, he's amazing. Amazing voice, amazing human being.
Yes.
Wow. So enjoy, have lots of fun, and maybe you can share with us how it went in the group.
Okay.
Okay, André. So take care
Take,
and speak to you
take,
soon.
take care. See you. Peace.
Peace.